Which guitar should I talk about today? Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to talk about the Samick. So what you're looking at here is the Samick AMCT-CE PBE is also a moniker they added after it, which means they used a paired set of bird's eye maple veneers on top, and this is one beautiful guitar. It's what first caught my attention. It just looks magnificent. It also has a deep cutaway, so I can play up on the neck quite high with no problems. Now, this Samick guitar was actually made in cooperation with, as you see, Valley Arts Custom Pro Shop. Now, Valley Arts was a shop that I went to in LA when I lived there. It's kind of a local musicians hang place where Al Di Meola and Lukather and Larry Carlton, just all the big cats, all the big session players used to hang out there. So this is not a Valley Arts guitar. What happened was Valley Arts burned down. They lost everything. And so they sold the name and the rights to the name to Samick. And with the help of some of the people who used to do the engineering at Valley Arts, they came out with their own line of guitars under the Samick name, putting on Valley Arts Guitar Custom Pro Shop. So are these as good as the Valley Arts guitars? No. The Valley Arts guitars were prime, man. Larry Carlton had one, Lukather had one. They played them. They basically played only them for quite a long time. But this is a good guitar, and it is inexpensive. If you ever find one, they're not sold any longer, but you can still find them on the used market. This one in particular is just beautiful and stellar. Sounds magnificent acoustically. Also want to let you know that on the bottom, as you can see here, we've got an XLR and 1/4 inch. Both of those can be used simultaneously. So you can send your signal out stereo. I love that about this guitar. You can get some mad effects going with this puppy. Also, the one thing I will say negatively about this guitar, the electronics are not good. In fact, what's going to happen is I'm going to swap these out. My luthier is going to do some work for me, and he's going to keep the XLR and 1/4 inch jacks, but he's going to swap out this electronics module, because if you play at all loud, it distorts like crazy, and that's not good. However, this guitar sounds magnificent behind the microphones in the studio. What I do, since it is a slim line, or as Samick called it, a thin line guitar, meaning it has shallow depth, I go ahead and tune it down a whole step, giving it more bass response, and then I write a lot of my original material on this guitar and record it in the studio, and it sounds great. But the electronics, if you find this guitar, you'll probably want to spend $100 or less just swapping out the electronics to something more modern. That was what I see to be the only flaw in this wonderful, wonderful guitar. That's it. So let's now go see how this beautiful guitar actually sounds. What you're hearing right now is just the 1/4 inch and XLR out, panned 33% to either side. On the left pan, you're going to hear the 1/4 inch. On the right pan, the XLR. And now here's the acoustic sound of the AMCT guitar from Samick. as they say, is all she wrote. The Samick AMCT-CE PBE. Whew, what a mouthful, man. I just call it the great bird's eye acoustic-electric. Use it for a lot of my original material. You really can't see how great this bird's eye maple looks from this video or picture. You just have to see it yourself. Like most woods that are ornate and figured, once you get close, you see just how 3D it appears and the beautiful nature of it. And when you're playing live, I love how it shines, the spotlights shine off it, and the audience always has remarks about this particular guitar and how nice it is. So yeah, if you find one of these in the used market, grab it up. Just know that you're probably going to have to replace the electronics. It's not going to be much, you know, maybe around $100, maybe 130 for a great new electronics package that will allow you to play all dynamic levels and never distort. So good stuff. Really love the guitar, and it especially takes me back to my days living in LA when Valley Arts was the place to be. Hope you liked today's look at the Samick. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our channel. We'll have more stuff coming. In fact, in a week or at the most 2, I will have a video up about the comparison between how the electronics on this guitar sounds now and how the electronics new that we shall put in top it and whomp its butt and make it just so much better. But if you find that you see one of these on eBay or Craigslist, grab it because it's probably really cheap, but it's a good guitar and it works great in the studio. That's all for today in Serious G.A.S. See you next time.